Okay, this video is going to show you how to do the tunnel slide. There's written directions in your workbook that you can go along with, or you can watch the video to complete this task. First thing is to open a new standard IPT, and we're going to draw a rectangle. We're going to get the starting and stopping points of the slide. So we're going to start with a rectangle. We're going to right click and dimension. The slide is 132 inches tall, so we're going to click the right line, drag it out 132 inches, zoom back in. The bottom line is going to be 120 inches. Now we need to create the starting point and the ending point for the slide. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a line. Make sure it touches each side line and it's perpendicular to those lines. So we're going to draw one on the top and one on the bottom. Right click and dimension. Now we need to have the space in between here, so if you click the top line and then drag it down, and when you get down to the next line you click that. Now they're both highlighted blue, and then you can drag it out to the left, and the space in between those is 36 inches. We're going to do the same for the bottom. Click the bottom line, click the next line, drag it out, 36 inches. Oops. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is all drawn correctly, and all we want is this piece right here and this piece right here, just the sections. And so we're going to start deleting lines and getting those things by themselves. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to delete all my dimensions I made. Everything will stay the same as long as you don't move them, so you can delete them, get them out of the way so that they're not going to interfere with the drawings. And we're going to select the trim command, and the first lines I get rid of, and you see that the dotted lines, that's what's getting taken out. So if you click on that, I would get rid of this middle line here and the middle line over here. And then you want to keep the bottom left vertical line and the top right vertical line. And I just use the trim command for that. I'm going to cancel out of that. Now we are going to draw a line at the bottom of the left vertical line. So we're going to create a line. The bottom of the left vertical line's here. Drag it out to the right. And we're going to dimension that. And this should be 18 inches. Okay. Now we're going to use a command called the spline command. And you may end up having to do this a couple times if it doesn't work right the first time. So we're going to click spline. We're going to go on the top of the left vertical line. You're going to click and you're going to drag it out about 18 inches here. 18 to 24. So if you see that dotted line that goes right down to here, that's where you want to be. So you click and then you bring it up to the top of the next point and hit the check mark. Now that draws a line. You can always change this by dragging that little piece there. We'll see what happens in a second here. Next thing is you're going to use the spline tool again, and we're going to go from the bottom. And you want to try to copy this. So we're going to go out about 18 inches again, and then we're going to bring it back up. And we're going to create that. Now once you have these two lines, we basically need to finish the sketch, and we're going to extrude. The extrusion is going to be 36 inches wide, and I'm going to zoom this in. So now we've got, this is the top part of our slide and the bottom part's over here, and what we want to do is we want to shell this. So up here in the middle there's a shell command. Okay, and the thickness for the shell command is going to be 3 inches. And we want to click two surfaces. So this is the first one here, the face on the top, and then we're going to rotate it around. Click the face on the bottom. And then you click OK. Now, you should have a hole in the bottom there and a hole in the top. If they don't look like they're going to be big enough, you can always go back in. So for example, this hole might not be big enough. I can always go back in here, hit the expand button, double click on the sketch, and then I can make these bigger. by pulling the extend point. Okay, and then you'd finish sketch. Now you may get an error. Now see that closed the hole up, so go back into it and move it back and up. Okay, and finish sketch, and those will make the changes for you. So you get your holes open big enough, and then save that as tunnel slide.